Let's face it, the gym sucks. That's right, I said what we were all thinking. It's overcrowded, you have to wait around or adjust your plan on the fly because Bro McBrogan is doing curls in the squat rack for 45 minutes, and you get unsolicited advice from some rando or a trainer telling you you're gonna hurt your back doing perfectly executed deadlifts. Who are you people, and why are you so concerned with what I'm doing in the gym? But what can we do? Doesn't it cost a fortune and 1,000 extra square feet to build an effective home gym? Nope, not that at all. Let's get into it. What's up guys, it's Eric from Late to the Game Outdoors, and let's talk about how truly simple a home gym could and should be. Personally, I think at least 90% of the population could get everything they need from a basic barbell setup and some way to incorporate cardio or endurance training. I know the average gym goer has become much more comfortable on a vast assortment of machines and have been led to believe that an ever-evolving program of muscle confusion is the only path to Dwayne Johnson's pecs.
That is the peck pop of love.
But here's the truth. There's very little you can't accomplish with barbells. Whatever a machine does, a barbell can do it, probably better. It might not isolate a particular obscure muscle as well, but you can thoroughly strengthen all the regions of your body with basic barbell lifts. The advantage for you, the future home gym builder, is that a barbell setup takes up less square footage and costs less than trying to pack a dozen multi-purpose machines into your gym space so you can make sure you blast your hip flexors. That being said, all you need for this endeavor is this: a rack, a barbell, plates, and a bench. That's really it. And the beauty of that short list is that it shouldn't break the bank to track them all down, especially on the used market. Now, pre-COVID, that stuff was pretty easy to find. It's become a little trickier these days, but deals can still be had if you're willing to be patient and keep scanning. Okay, so you have your shopping list, but where are you gonna put this stuff? Garage? That's fine, if your climate permits it, but I don't think there are enough cooling solutions in the world to keep me alive in Phoenix in August. The back porch? Also fine, if you don't mind rust inevitably overtaking some of your gear after a few years out there. If you want the climate-controlled goodness of an indoor gym, you're now talking about a spare room, or at least some spare space out of sight enough to keep the chief decorating officer in your home happy. This leads to one of the most common questions: can you build a home gym upstairs? Disclaimer, I am not a licensed contractor, architect, or anything else with official training in home construction, just a guy who loves research. That being said, yes, you can absolutely build an effective gym upstairs in your house. Here's why and how. Why? Building codes state that the joists of a second floor must be rated to hold 30 or 40 pounds per square foot, 30 for bedrooms, 40 for common areas. Obviously, that strength gets distributed across multiple joists with the subfloor, which is why a 200-pound man can stand in 1 square foot and not come crashing through the ceiling below. But knowing those figures, you can now plan a safe lifting setup on your second story. How? This is where my favorite upgrade comes in: the lifting platform. Using multiple layers of plywood, I not only made a comfortable and awesome place to lift, but created a way to distribute the weight of myself and the bar and plates over a larger surface area. The whole rack, all the plates, and me while I'm under them sits on an 8x8 platform. Basic math says that is 64 square feet, which then multiplied by the floor's 30 pounds per square feet requirements means that this lifting platform can hold 1,920 pounds. There is no universe where my 205-pound self is standing on that platform holding over 1,700 pounds. So this platform will meet my needs forever.
Forever.
I know those were a lot of numbers, but I think you get the point. You can now put a whole lifting setup upstairs and not come crashing through your first floor ceiling. 2 quick notes. 1. Place the platform as close to the exterior wall of the home as possible because it puts you in the strongest point on those floor joists, provided your layout allows for that. And 2, I wouldn't put your gym upstairs if you do a lot of Olympic-style lifting where you'll be dropping the weight repeatedly. I love really heavy deadlifts, but I always set the weight back down. If you're the type who loves throwing up a PR snatch and letting it crash back down to the floor, your family downstairs, and probably your ceiling drywall, would appreciate you not doing that. Now, I stole the plans for this platform from The Art of Manliness, there's a link below, but it's basically 2 layers of subfloor, 1 sheet of 3/4 inch laminated plywood, and horse stall mats cut to fill out the sides and provide some added shock absorption. So, you know what to buy, you know where you can put it. Here are a couple quick notes on where you should save some money and where you should really just suck it up and pay for quality. The rack. Save your money. If you're already looking on the used market, you'll be seeing tons of deals anyway, and obviously it needs to be safe. So if it's been sitting out in the weather or a shop class welding student built it himself, maybe pass. But if it's been gently used and it's rated for more weight than you ever plan to rack on it, you're good to go. The plates. Save even more money. These are little more than fancy stones that we've manufactured in consistent weights and diameters. It doesn't need to look pretty. If they don't match, cool. If they're kind of beat up, even cooler. Even if they're off of their printed weight by a pound or 2, no big deal. You're not running an Olympic event out of your home gym, and so if what should be a 400-pound lift is actually 397.6, who cares? The bar. Now this is the one area I would tell you to spend the money. This is the thing that will be in your hands or across your back for every training session, and it's the piece taking the most stress and abuse. If you plan to be putting up any sort of strength numbers north of 300 pounds, you're going to need something better than a bargain basement made in China barbell. Just spend a minute Googling broken barbell and you'll see really quickly why you don't want to risk a bar failing or snapping while you're holding it. Now, I'm not endorsed by them in any way, but Rogue is absolutely the industry standard in the barbell world, and I love mine. The bench. You don't have to go nuts on this one, but consider its weight rating very carefully before buying it. There are a million companies churning out cheap bench pressing systems, and you'll find guys selling them on OfferUp or wherever all the time. All of them seem to cap off at a 250 to 300 pound weight capacity. That sounds fine when you're just thinking about your body weight or just the weight you plan to lift, but you have to think of the total weight of you and the loaded up bar. I don't want to risk exceeding the bench's carrying capacity with a few hundred pounds precariously balancing in my hands above my face. If you plan to get seriously strong, buy a quality bench rated for hundreds of pounds. Okay, so bottom line, how much did all of this cost? Well, confession, I built mine a couple years pre-COVID, so supply was high and demand was low. That is not the case currently at the start of 2021, so it's probably gonna run you a bit more unless you Forrest Gump your way into a killer deal. The rack, the bar, the plates, the bench, and the platform came in at just under $1,000. I bought everything except the bar and the bumper plates used, and I just tried to stay patient and keep scanning until I found what I was looking for. Alright, but what about cardio? What about cardio? Sorry, it's a reflex. If you build the setup we just talked about and are willing to run, walk, ride a bike, climb bleachers, or any of the other dozens of decent cardio options that require no gear, you can still hit your fitness goals with just this lifting setup. If you want some quick, simple, climate-controlled cardio goodness, just pick one machine that's gonna motivate you to actually step onto it every now and then. I went with the Rogue Echo Bike because it's the best/worst machine ever in history. Works really well, hurts really bad. But you could grab a treadmill, a rower, a Peloton if you're super fancy. Something to put next to your platform to round out your whole fitness experience. Okay, we've talked way too much about all this stuff, but that's really all you need. Build your rack platform setup, get enough plates to hit your goals, maybe add one machine to get that heart rate up, and then you can have that glorious day where you march up to the 19-year-old kid sitting bored at the desk of your Globo gym and declare,
I want to quit the gym.
It's a liberating feeling you won't soon forget. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe right down there. And if you're wondering about all the lifting accessories that are probably bombarding your pop-up life right now, check out this video where I break down what you actually need and what's just for show. Thanks again, and go forth and quit the gym.